Did you hear about the guy who tried to tour Italy in a day? He passed away. All right, I know. It's a cheesy joke, but isn't it just like Italy, full of rich flavors and irresistible charm? Welcome to our unexpected Italian adventure. Today, we're embarking on an exciting journey, exploring the most beautiful places this enchanting country has to offer. From the floating city of Venice to the eternal city of Rome, from the cradle of Renaissance, Florence, to the stunning cliffside beauty of the Amalfi Coast. Oh, and let's not forget about our friend who tried to take in all of Italy's beauty in a day. Bless his heart, he was ambitious, but no video, not even ours, could ever do justice to the breathtaking allure of Italy. So buckle up, or should I say, fasten your seatbelts. We're heading to Italy. If you think your city's traffic is bad, try navigating a gondola during rush hour in Venice. As you glide through Venice's emerald canals, you'll quickly realize that the city's charm lies not in its grandeur, but in its intimate details. The gondolier's melodic Italian serenades echo off the centuries-old buildings, while the labyrinthine alleys lure you with promises of hidden piazzas and tucked-away trattorias. Speaking of getting lost, Venice is a city where your GPS may just throw in the towel. Here, the winding streets and canals are a maze that even the most seasoned travelers can find bewildering. But don't fear, getting lost is part of the Venetian experience. And who knows, you might stumble upon an undiscovered gelato shop or a quiet, secluded canal. Now, let's talk about the iconic gondolas. These sleek, black vessels are the limousines of Venice, ferrying locals and tourists under the city's many bridges and along its canals. It's a quintessential Venetian experience, and if you're lucky, you might even get a singing gondolier. And then there's the Rialto Bridge. This architectural marvel straddles the Grand Canal with an elegance that encapsulates the romantic spirit of Venice. It's the perfect spot for a sunset selfie or a midnight stroll with a scoop of stracciatella gelato in hand. But Venice is also a city that lives in harmony with the sea. The locals have a saying, acqua alta, problemi tanta, which loosely translates to high water, big problems. When the tide rises, the city takes on a whole new persona, with raised walkways and Wellington booths becoming the order of the day. It's a sight to behold and a testament to the city's resilience. In the end, Venice is more than just a city. It's a living, breathing work of art that invites you to lose yourself in its winding streets, glide along its canals, and immerse yourself in its rich history and culture. So, if you're looking for a city where you can swap your car for a gondola, Venice is the place to be. In Rome, they say all roads lead to Rome, which is great, unless you're trying to leave. Now, let's talk about Rome, a city that has been standing tall since ancient times, a city that has seen empires rise and fall. It's the city where you can visit the past while living in the present. However, be prepared for a little time travel, because Rome is not just a city, it's a living museum. Imagine standing in the middle of the Colosseum, feeling like a gladiator ready to face a lion, or maybe just another tourist armed with a selfie stick. Can you hear the roar of the crowd? Or is that just your stomach rumbling because you skipped breakfast to beat the long line at the entrance? Speaking of long lines, let's move to the Vatican. The Vatican, with its magnificent Sistine Chapel ceiling, that Michelangelo spent years craning his neck to paint. The long line to get in is almost as impressive as the art itself. But don't worry, the line moves at a pace that could be considered, well, glacial. Just enough time to read up on all 14,812 popes, or was it just 266? And don't forget about the Pantheon, a perfect sphere within a perfect cylinder, a marvel of ancient architecture. It's like the original one-room apartment, only a bit roomier and with a giant hole in the roof. As you meander through the Roman Forum, you can't help but marvel at the ancient ruins and the fact that they didn't have smartphones to distract them while they were building all this. And finally, the Trevi Fountain. Remember to toss a coin over your shoulder into the fountain. They say it ensures a return trip to Rome. Or it might just help pay for the city's water bill. So, buckle up for the eternal adventure that is Rome. A city where history greets you at every corner, where every cobblestone has a story to tell. Rome wasn't built in a day, and trust me, you can't see it in one either. Florence, where the only thing more impressive than the architecture is the gelato flavors. Florence, the heart of the Renaissance and the birthplace of the gelato. This city is a treasure chest of creative heritage where every corner whispers tales of artistic genius. As you stroll through the city, you might feel a bit like you've stepped into a time machine, zipping back to the 15th century. That's when the Medici family, the Kardashians of the Renaissance, were the patrons of the arts, shaping Florence into a hub of culture and creativity. Their legacy? An artistic heritage that's as rich as a triple scoop of stracciatella gelato. Speaking of gelato, let's talk about this Italian delicacy. Picture this. You're standing in front of a gelato shop, the sweet aroma of freshly made waffle cones wafting around you. Before you is a rainbow of gelato flavors, from classic stracciatella and pistachio to exotic fig and ricotta or lavender honey. The struggle isn't just real, it's deliciously agonizing. But hey, when in Florence, why not try them all? But don't worry, you'll have plenty of opportunities to work off those extra scoops. Because in Florence, the rule is, the best views come after the hardest climbs. And nowhere is this more true than at the city's crowning glory, the stunning Duomo. This architectural marvel, with its magnificent dome, is a testament to the ingenuity of the Renaissance. Climbing the 463 steps to the top might leave you huffing and puffing, but the panoramic view of the city is worth every single step. So, come to Florence, indulge in a gelato or two, or three, or, well, who's counting? Climb to the top of the Duomo and let the city's beauty take your breath away. Because in Florence, you'll leave with a full stomach, sore legs, and an overflowing heart. The Amalfi Coast, where the only thing more breathtaking than the views are the narrow cliffside roads. Prepare to be pampered by the surreal beauty of the Amalfi Coast, a place where the rugged cliffs meet the deep blue sea in a tantalizing tango of nature's best. Here, the cliffs are not just cliffs. They're the guardians of time, whispering tales of the past as you take in the views that seem to have leaped out of a Renaissance painting. Now, imagine colorful villages clinging to these cliffs like vibrant gemstones set in a rocky crown. These are not just ordinary villages. They're vibrant mosaics, each one a patchwork of pastel-hued buildings, winding streets, and charming piazzas. They're the life and soul of the Amalfi Coast, each one pulsating with a unique rhythm, a unique charm. And what's a visit to the Amalfi Coast without indulging in its culinary delights? Here, the seafood is not just seafood. It's a culinary symphony, where the freshest catches of the day play the melody, and the locally grown lemons add a zesty undertone. It's a feast that's as pleasing to the palate as the views are to the eyes. But let's not forget the hair-raising drives along the cliffside roads. Oh, they're not just roads. They're nerve-wracking roller coaster rides, where every turn is a heart-stopping twist and every straight stretch a fleeting sigh of relief. And the stairs, oh the countless stairs. They're not just stairs. They're the stairway to heaven, leading you to views that are worth every panting breath. So, buckle up, brace yourself, and get ready to embark on an unforgettable journey. A journey where the vibrant hues of the villages dance with the azure blue of the sea, where the seafood sings a delectable melody, and where every hair-raising turn and every strenuous stair climbed is part of the grand Italian adventure. The Amalfi Coast, where every stair climbed and every tight corner turned is worth the view. So, that's our whirlwind tour of Italy. But remember, that's just the tip of the gelato. We've explored the floating city of Venice, the eternal city of Rome, the cradle of Renaissance, Florence, and the cliffside beauty, the Amalfi Coast. And yet, it's like we've just skimmed the froth off a piping hot cappuccino. Italy, my friends, is a veritable feast of culture, history, and yes, pasta. There are so many more places to visit, more stories to tell, and more pasta dishes to make you loosen your belt. From the rolling hills of Tuscany to the bustling streets of Milan, the Italian adventure is never-ending. And we've barely even started on the pizza. So, don't miss out on the laughter, the learning, and the linguine. Subscribe to our channel for more travel adventures, more humorous takes, more everything. So, hit that subscribe button and join us on this delicious, delightful journey. Arrivederci.